Hello and welcome to another episode of The Greatest Generation, the show where we sit down and we talk about great games from the Xbox 360 generation, and sometimes we have to talk about bad games. Today is a very special episode that's filled with three particular games. These are bad games, but games that I felt needed to be talked about because the first 5 episodes of The Greatest Generation have all been about, for the most part, good games. Games that I wanted to talk about, some of my favorite games from that generation. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to talk about the games that just, you question why they were made. And this is going to be a different and new kind of video for Greatest Generation and for Marble Gallery as a whole. A good portion of this video is going to be recorded reactions as I play these games. However, the games that we're talking about today are the trio of Burger King original games that came out for the 360 in the fall of 2006. There were 3 games that were released. There is Sneak King, there is Big Bumping, and there is Pocket Bike Racer. These were games that you could purchase for, I think you had to purchase some sort of value meal and then you would get it for a discounted price. A lot of times it was like an additional $5 or something like that. You can correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it was. Personally, at the time, the only game that I owned from this original promotion was Sneak King, and arguably it's the best of the 3, so we're gonna go ahead and start there. So let's talk about Sneak King.
Do you think anyone today at this Blitz Games developer, if they're still around, I should look it up, do you think any of those people are ashamed of making this garbage game? I'd love to know. Oh, we're going to start today with the first of 3 bad games for the Xbox 360. This is the first of them. This is Sneak King. This is arguably the best of the 3 Burger King games. It's the most fun, but it still is a bad video game. And you'll see why here after this wonderful, glorious intro that they bestowed upon us here. Wonderful. Now, for anybody out there that's questioning if I played this game back in 2006, here is your answer. December 22nd, 06. And yes, I must have played this game again in 2010. That was 7 years ago. I'm going to hit continue game because I'm not really sure what's going on here. So basically the idea of Sneak King is pretty simple. You have to sneak behind people so they don't see you and surprise them with a Burger King burger or shake or a bag of fries, something Burger King related. It's very simple. Now it looks like here we are on the sawmill level. Apparently I've done 10 of the 20 missions here, although I literally don't remember playing this game that much. And man, look at how bad this frame rate is. Wow, it is bad. One thing you'll notice off the bat about this game is the camera is terrible. It is some sort of inverted camera, but it just doesn't work properly. But basically, you need to pick one of these missions. Obviously, I've done some of them here. We're just gonna pick a random mission and go with it. So this one, I have to give away 3 breakfast sandwiches with gusto. That's right, gusto. Make 3 successful croissant witch deliveries in the next minute and a half and add some flourishes to each of them just because we said so. Wow, how awesome is that? So now you'll see the king tiptoeing out of the sight of random people to try and scare them. Now you'll get more points if you're behind someone, but it's basically pretty simple concept. You show up, the king does a little dance or a little maneuver, he presents the item to the customer, and they're surprised and shocked and more than happy to receive said product. Hardest part about doing this is finding an area to hide in, and a lot of times the AI is abysmal. Ooh, regular surprise. That's just not good enough. Whatever, that guy got his sandwich, he should be happy, right? Let's try and get the final person who some reason is up here. And for some reason, the game allows me to climb on my own. What are we doing? Look at how slow he is. Why does he stop? I don't understand why he stops. No. Man, this is bad. Now we have to tiptoe around with this awful camera. I literally cannot control the camera right now. That's just not good enough. I did a pretty shitty job there. But you know what? She got her sandwich. She should be happy. What I don't understand, once again, is he stops mid-climb, and it doesn't make any sense. I also don't know why the timer just reset. I think the game just glitched on me, but whatever. Now he's shaking his head because he did a bad job. Challenge failed. This game is bad, but it's not the worst. There's a simple fun to this game that I find humorous, but overall it's a really bad game. I enjoy having these games in my Xbox 360 collection because they are a piece of gaming history. I mean, honestly, when was the last time you remember going to any kind of fast food restaurant and getting a damn video game based on the merchandise? It's something that just doesn't really happen very often. And honestly, it hasn't happened since this. And it's kind of the thing where it wouldn't really happen again. Now, you know, if a company like Burger King or McDonald's or Taco Bell wanted to make some sort of pack-in game, it would just be given to you as a digital code. These wouldn't be games that you would walk into a store and purchase. I'm going to try and show you guys what happens when they catch you. Oh no, he saw me! Oh no! We're going to try and hide in there and see if I can still trip up this guy anyways. I'm probably going to fail this one because I just didn't pay attention to what was going on. What is he doing over here? Like, you should be sawing right there, but now he's just shaking his head. Like, I don't really feel like being at work today. Sure. Well, that's great. It's morning. You've got 3 enormous omelet sandwiches to give away. Make 3 deliveries to the hungry folks in this sawmill and consider this breakfast mission accomplished. Try not to be seen. This seems like a basic, just surprise people. What I like about this game too is if you watch the little idea bubble above their head, it'll actually change. And what I laugh about is when they get to the point where they're just like, I'm so hungry I can't do anything anymore, but they'll still accept the sandwich. Great. Like, whatever these people like, I'm so famished, oh, you know what, I just don't want any food anymore. Like, that would never happen. Look at this great dance we're doing. This lady doesn't give a shit about this creepy guy dressed in a mask dancing. She just wants her sandwich, man. Let's see if we can't trip this guy up. Look at how long it takes me to jump into this pile of leaves, man. Like, what are we doing? I'm gonna sit here as long as it takes. Come on, come on, turn around, turn around. What? What was the purpose there of me hiding if I can't come out and pop and surprise this guy? Oh, I can't surprise him because he's not hungry right now. Are you kidding me? Look at this guy right here. He passed out because I didn't give him a damn sandwich or omelet or whatever. He literally passed out because I didn't give him food in time. Are you serious? There's another guy over here. Look at this guy just collapse. Wow. Also, like, what is floating above their head that gives away that they're fainted? Doves? Those are literally doves. What is happening in this game? And anyways, guys, that's going to be the first Burger King game of 3, Sneak King. Now, there are a bunch of different levels, and I just picked the one where my save was. It's not an awful game. It's not the worst game I've ever played, but it's still pretty bad. But considering these next 2 that you're going to see, this is probably the best of the 3.
Now, you get my drift when I say Sneak King is the best of the three, so we're going to have to talk about the other two now. So the next game we're going to talk about of the trio is Pocket Bike Racer.
These same people made this one too. I'll have to check when I load up the third and final game here to see if these people made all three of these. I'm not even sure as I record this. This is the second of 3 Burger King games. This is Pocket Bike Racer. This is your basic Mario Kart clone. It's not particularly great. As always, I will check to see if anyone is playing this game online in 2017. I will be amazed if a single person is playing this game online. And the answer is no. No one is playing this game online. So at least people out there have the good decency and sense not to play this game online. So there's different levels in the game, not very many. My personal favorite, Fantasy Ranch. It's ridiculous. We're gonna go ahead and do a standard race of 2 laps. We'll just keep it at the easy 50cc because again, I don't really care. So you can pick different people here and different bikes. Obviously, we're gonna play as the king, but I'll show you some of the other garbage characters here. We have Brooke Burke, not really sure who she is. The Subservient Chicken. A guy dressed up as a damn Whopper Jr. sandwich. Some dude named Winston, who I can only assume is somebody who worked at Burger King and won some sort of internal contest to be in this garbage-ass video game 11 years ago. And Christina, also somebody who must have worked at Burger King. And then you just have generic biker, someone named Jolly, and then my created character 11111 just to see how bad the creating character mode is in this game. So obviously we'll play as the king here. You can pick from a couple different bikes. Obviously there's bikes you have to unlock and stuff. We're gonna go ahead and use the bike that has well, actually we'll use the one that has top speed because we only have 2 to choose from. Man, the load times aren't great here. Obviously, I don't know what the condition of the discs of these games are in. Sneak King is actually is the only of the 3 Burger King games I bought in 2006. These other games were recent purchases for me, just in the interest of doing this video. Obviously, these games were made at a time before you would install games to the Xbox 360 hard drive, so there is no install for this game. You have to play off the readed disc and hope that the disc reads appropriately, and obviously it is. It's just taking some time here. So, off the bat, load times, not too great here. Here we go. Off the bat, you'll notice the horrible, horrible skybox in this game, which literally is just like a painted still image background. As you can see, I'm not doing too great here because I'm not really used to the controls, but it is what it is. Now, as you go through cones in this game, that's how you can get different upgrades on your little meter here that will use different power-ups and weapons, kind of like Mario Kart, but shittier, if that makes sense. So right now, somebody flashbanged me because that makes a lot of sense. I got flashbanged again. Not really sure what that power-up just did. I got a wheelie, apparently. Apparently I did a wheelie. Problem with this game is I picked a bike that has great speed but poor handling, and it shows. Don't worry, Winston. Winston is the MVP here. He not only did he get to be in the game, apparently his character is badass. Where am I? Like, how did I get into this hell? Now I'm stuck in, like, last place here with the Subservient Chicken. Because that's a great character. I guess that was somebody's attempt at humor in the Burger King games. I would have to imagine that the people that sat down and made these Burger King games had to have some sort of sense of humor. And they had to know when they were sitting down and making these, like, guys, we're going to make some really bad video games. And that's exactly what happened here. I'd love to know if there are any developers out there that or were involved with any of these 3 Burger King games, what they've moved on to. So if anybody out there is watching this video and they worked on the Burger King games, please leave a comment below in the comment section and tell me like where you ended up. So, because I would love to know, like, is this something you show in your portfolio when you're looking at jobs in the video game industry of like, yeah, I worked on some other stuff, this Burger King game. Like, I would love to know. Somehow I got second place and I wasn't really even trying. Wow. We'll do one more race for good measure here. Let's do the King's Garden since I'm playing as the king. That makes a lot of sense here. Once again, we'll enjoy these wonderful, wonderful long load times in this game. Honestly, I edited that part out of this video, but that load screen literally took over 2 minutes. That's ridiculous. But again, not the highest quality here. This is the King's Garden. Look at this stupid guy dressed as a burger. Like, he's racing in that outfit. He's literally racing in that outfit. Oh, whoa, 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 wow, wow, wow. What did I get stuck? I got stuck on the cone there and I just couldn't move. And now my bike's handling like ass. Look at how bad my guy takes turns. Like, again, I'm not expecting a Mario Kart level of handling here, but man, this is bad. And I know a lot of it has to do with this bike, and I'm never gonna sit down and try to unlock different bikes in this game or anything like that. But wow, the starter bikes are awful. Somehow that missed that guy. Sure. Tell you what though, the king's got a pretty cool garden, right? Somehow that little tap that I gave that guy was enough to put him down. That's good. That's good. That's real good. I can't shoot behind me like I could in the Mario Kart game. I guess that's how they differentiate. Let's see if I don't get stuck in that cone. Good, I didn't get stuck in that. But don't worry, I took that turn a little too wide. Ooh, Winston, he's catching up. He's the guy to beat here, man. It'd be cool if I could aim this stupid rocket that they give me, but I can't aim. Wow, he took a sick jump there and then whiffed on it. That's cool. Yeah, get out of here. Am I actually gonna do it? What is going on? What garbage is this? I could have won. I literally could have won this. Wow. I shouldn't be as upset about this as I am because, like, honestly, who really wins in Pocket Bike Racer? But, I mean, like, what? I could have won this race here. Instead, I got third place all because of that stupid thing that guy hit me with. This game sucks. It's really bad. And it isn't the worst of the Burger King games. The final Burger King game we're going to look at here is the worst of these 3 Burger King games. This is a pretty bad one. It's not a fun racing game. It's not a fun game to play. And honestly, you shouldn't waste your time with it.
Finally, the third and final game we're going to talk about on this list is Big Bumping.
And wow, we're off to a great start with. And wow, the same developer made all 3 of these games. I guess that shouldn't come as anyone's surprise. This is Big Bumping. This is arguably the worst of the 3 simply because it just doesn't control very well. Once again, the creepy king is just standing there. Look at the jewelry he has in his hand. It almost looks like he's got brass knuckles, but he's waving nicely. As always, I'm going to check and see if anyone is playing this game online. I guarantee you no. I would be very, very saddened if I see someone online. Nope, no one is playing online. That's good. So there are a couple different rides here. Obviously, there's different characters you can play as. The problem with this game is they don't do a good job of explaining exactly how everything works. So we're going to go ahead and play Monsoon of Doom, Own the Puck. I will tell you the controls are awful in this game. So I'm playing as a king because you saw a character, a selection screen there that I could pick from, right? Oh wait, you didn't because there is none. That's cool. There is in multiplayer, but not single player apparently. So the idea of this game is very much like air hockey. except there are also power-ups you can get. Now the problem here is, again, it's kind of like air hockey, but there are no goals. Instead, I think it's like the most a person hits the puck, hits the points. Like, it just doesn't make sense. There's also shitty power-ups that just don't make sense. Like, nothing makes sense in this game. The controls are terrible. As you can see, I'm playing as the King. I'm having a really hard time controlling my character because you only control with the left thumbstick. So that makes a hell of a lot of sense, right? Don't worry, Tiffany won. This game sucks. All of the mini games are arguably terrible. There's not really a good one here. They try to give it a little bit of a variety, but it's just not good. It's not fun to play. It looks bad. Obviously, you know, it looked bad 10 years ago. It still looks bad to this day. This is easily the worst of the three. I really don't want to spend any more time on Big Bumping because I really just have a genuine dislike for this game.
Now, as I said previously, out of all three of these games, the best one is probably Sneak King. It's the one that feels like the most complete game. The other twos feel bad. You also have to remember when these games came out, like, real teams worked on these games. They made their own music for these games. This wasn't just like one dude sat in a room and came up with everything. A team of developers worked on these three games. They're really bad. They're kind of a footnote on the Xbox 360 generation of some of the cream of the crop of bad games that came out. So I wanted to showcase them here, kind of talk about them. It was a weird thing that happened, you know. I can't remember the last time a fast food chain put out their own video game for a console that you could purchase. I'm not talking about like a phone app or something like that. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, until next time.